All right, we are live. We are in here. What's going on, Ashante?
Hey, what's going on, Lori? How are you?
You know, another day, another dollar, and another episode of Married at First Sight. So let's get this party started.
All right. Well, I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom. Hi, guys.
Welcome. We are the Holy Crown. Thanks for joining us for every Sunday around 4:30. We recap
Ish.
Married at First Sight. We recap Married at First Sight. We're doing season 16. This is episode 3.
Yes.
We finalized all the weddings this episode. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody's married. Now we're in the reception and people are getting to the couples are getting to talk more and learn more about each other and interact with the family and everything. So this episode, the last couple no, what's it the last couple to get married? Jasmine and Eris or
No,
no, we
they
started with Dom
started
and
the
Matt.
episode. They started this episode with Eris and Jasmine because of the cousin. So it was like they cut the episode
Uh,
with him talking to his cousin, and they started like, "Now we could leave right now."
right there.
I was like, "Why? Why do we need? We don't need this anymore. He's gonna get married. Stop acting like he's not gonna get married." So that's what I remember. The episode starting there, and then them getting married first. So
Okay. So
yeah.
you just start right there. So yeah, that's what it's
Yeah.
saying. Picking up from last week, the cousin, same cousin who, when he first announced he was getting married, she was like, "What? Why are you doing this? No, you don't need to do this. You're not ready." All of that. So day of the wedding, she's basically telling him like, "Yo, it ain't too late. We can get on out of here. I'm with you, cuz." And that man ain't going nowhere. Like Lori
Right.
said, like
Like
you know,
it's
went
too
through this
late.
whole process. It's the wedding day.
Right.
Now he's gonna leave.
Yeah.
You know, they just doing that for the drama.
I kind of. So I agree that they probably set that scene up, but then she was still acting like that after they got married and um Jasmine was meeting with his mom and her. I think it was just them two.
Mm-hmm.
The grandma wasn't there at that time. And she was still like, oh yeah, she a pageant queen, she had all the right answers to everything, blah blah. Like,
Of course.
is he married now? Why are you upset? Like, what's gonna change in this moment? You might as well just get to know her because it's already done. At this point, it's either an annulment or a divorce. So relax. Like
Right.
nobody's upset.
And even so, like you said your piece right at the beginning when he
Right.
said he announced that he was getting married. Now just be there to support the man.
Right. Or
Like
don't come. Stay home.
or don't come. Right. If you don't agree with the decision, just don't participate. But now it's the day of, and he's getting ready to go down the aisle to the front of the room to get married. Don't come with all that negative energy
Yeah.
now.
Stay
Like
home with that foolishness
just be
and that
like
horrible looking dress. Stay home.
you were this stress.
It was terrible.
So
Mm-mm.
they go through with it. Obviously,
Yes. Yes.
he walks in, goes to the front of the room. He looks nervous, right?
He does.
He's coming. She is coming down the aisle, and he like this big smile comes across his face. Like he looks like, okay, oh wow, like
Relieved.
all right, I got me a good one, right? Yeah. And then she just looked nervous the
Hmm.
whole time walking down the aisle. I couldn't tell if like when she looked up and saw him, she was happy, like okay, looks good, or if
Hmm.
she was like nervous, laughter, smiling, like oh man, that's not what I expected. I can tell. But later we get her reaction and we know that she actually was she liked what she saw. She was happy with
Yeah,
him.
I
The
think
look part.
he helped with the whole round of applause. Like when he saw her and she got closer, he was just like, so I
Right?
think that kind of helped a little bit because then sometimes it might not be a nervousness of I don't like what I see, but also does he like what he sees, right? So maybe it's the
Right.
whole thing. You're in front of your friends and your family. Apparently, that was actually her childhood pastor. That's what we found out on the after party. So it was probably like the whole thing, like, oh my God, what the heck am I doing? But I didn't see her like not being into him. I didn't get that. I didn't read that at that moment when they were going where they were at the altar. So
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It didn't. It definitely didn't come across like I don't like what I see. Like that was
mm,
very obvious in Kirsten. But again, it was just kind of like, okay, is it just the nerves of just it's the day, wedding day, or
yeah.
what have you? So yeah, no, it definitely was more of the just in general. I'm getting married, and here's the regular wedding day jitters, I guess. Um, so they go through with the wedding. I can't think of anything that stood out for me with like the speeches or the
Mm-mm.
vows.
No, not
So,
really.
so I would jump to after the wedding. They're sitting back and they're getting to know each other, and
Mm-hmm.
she mentions that she has a dog, not a dog. She has dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Initially she says what, four, and that's what we knew of, four
Right.
dogs. But then she gonna drop this bomb. This lady got four dogs and nine puppies. Ma'am, where all these dogs living? In her
This
apartment? In her
man
house with her?
looked so nervous. He was just like, wait, you got 13 dogs?
Dog.
First of all, he was already like, man, you got four dogs. That's a lot, right?
That's
That's
a
all
lot.
he said.
Right.
He was just like, so four dogs? Oh, okay. Four dogs? Okay. And he kept kind of saying that. And then she dropped this bomb, like Ashante said, saying that she breeds dogs on the side and that she just got a new litter and it's nine of these jokers. Which the nine are gonna go away, right? So
Right.
it's usually what maybe a month and a half or 2 months, whatever. They're gonna go away, and then maybe he can have a conversation with her, like if they really do like each other. Listen, we can't do all this, okay? I understand your four dogs. I can't tell you to just get rid of dogs like that all willy nilly, but this side business that you got right now, I don't know if I can handle this. So we got to figure out another way. You need a partner where the dogs can stay over there and you can still have your business, whatever. But this might be too much for me because he was freaking
It
out.
is too much. This man said, "Is this legal? Like, who can I call?" And he was like,
And he
"Does
was
that kind
so
of
like
county on
straight.
her?"
I thought he was joking. I was like, but his face doesn't show that he's joking. He looks like
Mm-mm.
he's just like,
No,
what can we do to rectify this? Like, she cute and all, but not that cute. Not that cute.
that's a lot. That is a lot. And then now my mind goes to, okay, when they move in together, what's gonna happen with these dogs?
I don't know.
Like, is she gonna bring all of them with her? Like, a
The
family gonna pitch in
four,
and help?
how else can where's the four gonna go? Maybe the breeding is somewhere else, but where's the four gonna go?
But even then, right, with the breeding, they still need to be with the mom
Oh,
until they
one of the
can go
dogs.
somewhere.
Yeah.
hmm So it's like you. So we have to continue to watch and see. Um, but other than that, they both seem to like each other, the physical sense. And I'm trying to think, it's a reception. He mentioned he didn't eat pork and I think some other foods. And she was kind of like, ooh, but you don't have no problem with me. He was like, nah, you can eat it.
Mm.
So that's one thing else that's really stuck out. Even with her friends, I'm trying to think her family, her sisters talking to him.
Yeah, he
Like
was
nothing
just
was
saying
like, ooh,
no, I don't think there was anything there. They did mention briefly that they are on two different schedules, but it is what it is, work schedules. And then her bridesmaids were so nice to him. Unlike Kirsten's bridesmaids, I would think they would go
mm,
light areas up, honestly, because he was like, this is like his first. He's never lived with a woman before. He told him that.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was just like, he just, I don't know. I can't remember if he told them directly that he was like, yeah, I just decided that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a serious relationship because I've been out in the streets or whatever. But they were just like, oh, this is going to be hard for you. Oh, my goodness. Okay. They were like so nice. And the whole time I was like, okay, interesting.
I think they were her three sisters. Oh, I can't
No, I think
remember.
she
I
only
know
has
two of them
one.
were Lisa's sisters.
No, she just
So
has
it's two
one.
sisters.
I thought she only had
You,
one.
I think
Yeah.
just two. It was
Okay.
the two at the end, Taylor and Emmy, I think. Two
Okay.
sisters. Um, so I couldn't tell. I don't know that third person for third bridesmaid,
Mm.
but yeah, they did not like grill him, even with the never living with a woman before and like any of that stuff. So we'll see. Even when, like you mentioned earlier, she was talking to his mom and the cousin. The cousin, said her piece. I don't remember the mom saying anything. Was she talking at all?
They didn't. I think they have really cut down these episodes because typically both um, spouses will talk to the other person's friends separately and then like a family member separately. And I don't think they did that this time. It just seemed like it was a mixture. It's like you just one. We're just going to let you talk to one set, and that's all we're going to show. We're not going to show both
Hmm.
sets. And before you would see, like, oh, they're talking to, this group, and then they're talking to this group, and then there's another this group, and then there's another. They didn't do all that this time. They were like, listen,
Right.
we got to keep it moving. Even the speeches, I think they did a
That was
montage of
short.
speeches, and that was it.
They
It's like,
did.
all right, we're here. Let's go. So it was okay.
Okay.
So
I
I
don't
don't
have
have
anything
anything
else
else.
with those.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
Okay.
So the next couple to get married is now Dominique and McKinley. Child,
You already got your hand on your forehead.
child, this thing right here. Okay, I really have no notes until after the wedding. So I'll let you kind of lead us through this one because I got nothing.
Let me look at my notes real quick. I have like three little comments, and mainly there are. He seems happy. He just always seems like very happy-go-lucky. Like he said, in any other situation, he seemed like he would be a good person for this experiment, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Just the situation he got out of just doesn't seem to be aligned. Um, but he seemed happy. He didn't seem to have no issues with when she turned the corner, seeing that okay, so mostly, obviously when he was getting ready to walk down to see the audience and know okay, she must be biracial or something. Um, so he seems fine with that. She
But did he say something? Now I remember he was like getting nervous before the wedding, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't say everything that I wanted in a girl because like I'm a boob guy, and I never said that I was a boob guy. Is that wrong to say that I'm a boob guy?" He was going through this whole thing about not saying what he actually wanted in a spouse.
oh Oh man, I be missing stuff. I don't remember that. I just remember hearing him. I kind of worked into watching. I remember him start talking about boobs, and I was just like, where that come from? And that he was a boob guy. That's the only thing I heard.
Yeah,
So, but again, he seemed like for this kind of experiment, if you kind of like, I'm ready to get married. I'm open.
for
You don't
anything.
need to give all those specifics.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Dom, I what did I have to say about her? I don't know. Most of my comments come from the afterwards too. Like, how you forget that man name that quick? It's not a hard
Oh
name.
yeah. Well, it's weird though. But it sounded like she don't remember none of them. Like none of like at all. That was like, girl, you don't know not even like Mac or Kinley or she was just like, what is it?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, is she drunk? Maybe she was drunk. She had a little too
Mm,
much champagne.
maybe,
Leading up to it.
maybe.
Um, oh, the other thing was they showed her mama. Her mama looked so good. I don't know how old her mom is, but and then her husband. And I was like, okay, mama, so I should look cougar. The husband looked like he was
He
much
was
younger than
younger.
her.
Oh, really?
He looked
Hmm.
like he was. He looked like it.
Hmm.
That's all the comments I have. So let me go off for you. What you have?
Oh, that's even but after the wedding. That's the only comments you have. Oh, okay.
That's what comments right now I have written down. They'll come back to me as
Oh,
we talk. It's okay.
so
Just go ahead.
I
What
try
you
to
have?
I mix everything all up in there. So on the after party, Mac was saying how he was trying to give everybody eye contact when he was standing at the altar, and how the mama's husband did not want to look at him.
You're not looking.
And
Maybe that was a sign. Do not marry this girl. Don't come to this family.
I realized we never heard anything from this man. This whole like leading up to this wedding, we never heard anything. And I was like,
From
wait,
who?
from the dad, from her stepdad.
The stepdad? I'm
Have we
not too
heard from
surprised
him?
about that.
Oh, okay.
No, that was the first time they. But I'm not too surprised. Stepdad. Um,
Why not? Like, if
you
that's
know,
your stepdad, who walked her down the aisle? Her real daddy? Who walked her down
her
the aisle?
mom.
Her mom walked
Her
her
mom
down
did.
the aisle. Yeah, so I
Hmm.
guess I just figured we would have heard some or seen him. Like, I don't remember seeing this man anytime, like at all. So he was like, "Yeah, I was trying to get his eye contact, but he just wouldn't look at me. But he's cool, he's cool, he's cool. Everything's good, right?" So I was like, "Okay." And then this whole thing about race confused the heck out of me afterwards, right? Because the mama apparently likes white men. Okay, so she had a child with a
Hmm.
white man, and now she's married to a different white man, and now your child is marrying a white guy too. So the fact that that's like the first conversation that both of them have on the wedding day, not like where do you work, what do you do, like where do you live? It's I just want to make sure that you accept me for who I am because I'm black. My skin look like this,
That was
and my granny looked like
totally
this.
odd.
And then you're wondering why these white people looking at her like, huh? I could see if they were like standoffish or they had a reaction and then you had to have that conversation. I
The
completely
conversation,
get that.
yeah.
I can even understand them having this conversation at breakfast the next day, right? The wedding day is when you choose to be like, you realize I'm black and I want to make sure that you like black people. It was just odd to me. And it was just maybe I know there's a lot of chopped and screwed, so it probably wasn't the very first thing, but it just seemed like they just went all in. Like, this is the very first call. Hi, how are you? What do you think? I'm black. And I just want to make sure that, you guys are not racist.
You don't have a problem with
Just,
it.
it was so weird.
Nobody have a problem with that.
It was just so odd to me, but I was just like, all right,
It
that's where
was, it
we
was.
are.
And then even going to the after party, you should ask him, and he's like, he's dated majority white and Latina, but he's
Mhm.
also have dated black
I
before,
don't know if I
so
believe that.
he was fine with
The way how
it.
he
Which
said
part?
it,
That he dated black?
yeah. I
It
feel
probably was
like
like one time maybe he went on a date and
it
he
was probably
claiming
one
that.
date and he didn't realize he was going on a date with a black girl. That to me is not dating. What? It's possible. It's possible.
It was a blind date,
It's possible. But I guess I'm just like, how is that the very first conversation? It was just so strange to me. But maybe it was just me. And then he revealed that his mama offered him $50,000
fifty
not to
thousand
go through
dollars.
with this wedding. So I was just like, okay, what is going on here? This man is homeless. Okay. So I don't understand how he even got on this show. I just don't know if they ran out of guys that were normal and this is all we had. These five guys are the only guys that they were like, they're close enough because this man is homeless. Homeless.
I just don't get it. Then it was like, okay, the family he's with is his best friend, which is the lady, and she don't even live there. She lives
She
cross
don't
country. I
even live
was
there. What is happening here? Oh, I just always
like,
go. I
that's
would go visit her
interesting.
family, and they were really nice. And I asked them if I could stay. They're like, "Sure, why not?" And you land, you
Yeah,
unpack your bags, and you sign up for Married at First Sight because that's how quick it sounds like it was.
doesn't it? It was like a few months. It definitely seems like it was just a few months after getting there. He was like, "Oh, why not? Let me go and try this out and see where this goes." And yet, still, you don't have nowhere to stay.
He's
I
just
don't know how long
weird
the
to
process
me.
is, but
He's weird to me. Something is like, I feel like there's something missing. Nothing is making sense to me. I know he's like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. His ex story doesn't make sense to me. His family offering him $50,000 doesn't make sense to me. Him moving to Nashville doesn't make sense to me, and then signing up for the show doesn't make sense to me. Something is in the waters.
no.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Listen, I bet that 50,000 doubled after the wedding. Pick up your chin. Why do you sound like that?
I don't have my pearls on today.
Listen.
Wow.
Mm,
Okay. I didn't say it.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
So
mm.
I don't think I had anything else for them. They didn't show them going up to the room or
No,
anything, right? We only saw a couple
not in the
pictures.
show any of that.
So okay. So yeah, they were kind of quick this episode, even though they got married. I don't remember much. Oh, he did mention
Nothing
his
to say.
age,
Uh
and
huh.
and she mentioned her age, and then he was like, "Oh, am I too old for you?" Like he was just like, ugh. And she's like, "No, I asked for an older guy," and she was like, "Oh, okay, as long as you don't have an issue with it." So he just seems to be like, "I'm just along for the ride," and this paycheck that Mavs is gonna give me,
Just find somewhere to stay. Mm-hmm.
it's a mess. But yeah, that's
Temporary and get us a temporary housing through the show.
yeah. Yeah, I don't even remember them dancing together. Why is this like a big blank for me in my brain? I don't even remember them dancing.
I don't either. She did show she wore cowboy boots, like glammed up cowboy boots underneath her dress. Oh, that was another part. I guess they were talking. She's very country and likes to fish and outdoor kind of person. So she was like,
Hmm.
she hoped he wasn't like a city boy stuck up. Um, I don't remember them talking about whether he does outside activities and stuff like that. I didn't get it. I didn't get city boy like he wouldn't be down to do any of those things. But
Hmm.
I don't remember them talking about his background like that either. So.
No, all I
Mm.
remember
So
is
we'll
he
see.
says he wants to do Netflix and chill at the house or whatever, and he's more of an
Oh,
introvert,
okay.
so he needs somebody to pull him out of his shell or whatever. But yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember much about them either. Their reception or dancing or any of that.
Uh-uh.
Okay. What do you want to
All
talk
right.
about next?
Let's talk about Kirsten and Shaq. So Kirsten, Lord. So they had already got married in episode 1. I don't remember.
Yeah,
2. Okay,
last week.
2. And so now this is just their reception and them like being like kind of getting to know each other, I guess, beyond the surface level. She's seeming to
Hmm.
warm up a little bit to him as they're
Yeah.
talking, seemingly, but then she still will not kiss him. Okay. And because they're doing the whole little clinking of the glass, and she's just like, what is that? Oh, is that what it
Mm.
is? Can they not leave us alone?
Okay.
Right.
Indeed. And
So
continue
he's
to eat.
like, she's saying that he's making her laugh and all that kind of stuff. And then they have a scene where she's meeting with her bridesmaids in the bathroom. And she was just like,
Oh,
they were like, oh, we saw you give him the cheek. You don't like him? What happened? And so she's like, well, first I saw that he was bald. And then he didn't ask. I declare he didn't ask for my virtue. Okay. And they were like, okay, so if he asked, would you kiss him? Well, it would have been a higher chance that I would have kissed him if he would have just asked first. Girl, shut up. Can you shut up, please? Stop this right now.
Virtue is like, oh my God, a kiss on my lips. I just
Oh,
met
my
you. I just
lips?
married you.
Oh no, you're a stranger.
But you better be packing. But you better be packing below the belt, though, ma'am. Make it very clear.
First of all,
You
she
all
was at
concerned about that?
her bachelorette party, okay, having a great old time with some strangers. Okay.
Ooh, wasn't she?
Okay.
Wasn't she?
Jumping all on them. They was jumping all on her. So you're okay with that. But you're actually married to someone that you signed up for. This is not like somebody threw you out here to the wolves, okay? And you will not kiss him. But you was licking off.
And it's not like it has to be
nasty
this like deep, passionate kiss. It could
could
just
have been a
been like
peck.
a peck.
It could have been a peck. You're right. You're right about that.
But see, no, he needs to ask first.
She made me want to roll my eyes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Roll them.
yeah, so on after party, Shaq, I think he should ask him, hey, did you not think to ask her for a kiss or whatever? And he was like, I had no idea that she wanted me to ask, like not an inkling, not nothing. And here come Mac with his no socks, rolled up jeans wearing, sitting out talking about, I'm surprised you didn't ask. Like, cause see, I asked because I just thought you were so dapper and such a gentleman that you would have asked. Mm-hmm. And so he was just like, nah, I just didn't even think about it. And then he's like, well, okay, I guess I can't say that I came up with the idea. I've been warned. I had female friends that told me. I was like, so sir, sit down somewhere.
Right.
Stop acting like you, I'm surprised. Shut up.
I get it. You're not just like, it's not like it's a first date where you might ask if I can kiss. You married. If you're not able to willing to go all the way to get married, what's a peck? What's a little kiss? Yeah. At this point, they done did all this vetting, so it's not like you just kissing a stranger, stranger danger or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame him. Then that wouldn't even cross his mind about.
I don't know if your earrings are hitting your because all I hear is
the noise.
It sounds like a Morse code. I'm sorry. I know they're cute.
It's okay.
But yeah, I agree with Shaq on this one. You know what you signed up for. You don't have to be such a stick in the mud. You could have just done a peck. And then he was like, I was also confused because she kept pulling me in like she wanted me to kiss her again. And he was like, wait, you want me to kiss you on the cheek twice? Like, no. So she was just confusing. But I'm sure she lives in the world of confusion. So it's okay. I'm trying to think. They showed a little bit of them dancing. They showed a little bit of them with the garter toss and the flower bouquet toss. So that was cute. And he was trying to give her a little lap dance thing. And I was like, Jack, don't do that. Not necessary.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. And she was like, don't take your shirt off. Was that who said, don't take your shirt off? Because he looked like he was ready to go in. And I was like, just.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Calm down. So yeah, that's all I remember from them, really. Oh well,
Yeah, she really did seem like she was starting to warm up to him.
yeah,
And like I said, the smiling, they were talking at the table. She mentioned about being in alignment with things that she did ask for, except for
yeah.
being bald. Like he seemed to have all those other things on her list.
Attributes.
So
Yeah, I forgot about
yeah.
the bridesmaid. Now I mentioned it earlier that the bridesmaid was trying to go in on Shaq, right? Because they were like, "Oh, you have everything good to say. You got this pretty straight teeth, and blah 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 blah." And they was trying to go in on him, but I think it was kind of like I don't know. They weren't
Overkill.
really going in on him because there was really nothing there. But they thought they was grilling him. They were like, "Yeah, we going in for our girl. Don't be messing with our girl." Blah blah blah. Okay, next.
Yeah.
So it was okay. That's all I have for
Okay.
them. I don't think I
You
have
gonna save
not.
your favorites for last
No, we could talk about
and go
Nicole
with
and
them?
Christopher. That's
Yeah,
what you
go
said.
ahead.
Yes.
Your fave.
My
Your
fave.
only fave.
They're still my faves. I loved Nicole. So okay, I'll try to do this in order. They had already gotten married in episode 2 as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this one was just the reception and pictures, I think. They took pictures this week. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
That's the only one they really showed taking pictures. Yeah.
yeah, because that's what I said. Everything is kind of very short. Dom and McKinley took pictures too, but it wasn't the whole package. It was just them together because usually they take it with their family and it's like this whole big thing. Everything is very truncated this time, which I appreciate, Mavs. Not complaining. Keep it up. So, yeah, I just remember they were talking about, oh, Christopher met with her dad. And so he was just like, I just want to make sure you're not a criminal. I want to make sure that you're like a good person. I want to make sure you're not crazy or whatever. And he was just like, no, I'm not. I'm a good guy. He was like, oh, good. I feel so good about that.
I'm like, you asking all this, sir, and he could totally be the opposite. But of course, he's sitting right here in front of you, and he's gonna
but
say, "Yeah, he's a good person," and you're not
But
gonna know.
he didn't ask anything though. He didn't say, "Have you been to jail before? Do you like?" He didn't actually ask questions to figure out if he was a good person. He was just like, "You could be all of this," and then he was just like, "Well, I'm not. I'm a good guy." He was like, "Okay, what?" Such a
And that's all I
weird
need to
like.
know.
I was like, "Okay, Dad," but you could tell that her dad really, really is like trying to be there for her. So I thought that was nice just to see that piece of it. Um, I'm trying to think the reception. Like you said, they showed them dancing a little bit. And for some reason, I don't remember Nicole talking to any of his people. She was talking to her people, which is weird. She was talking to her bridesmaids. And I'm like, wait, why is she talking to her bridesmaids instead of getting to know his family and
His
stuff?
people.
Because usually you don't see
Yeah, I
that.
don't
Like
remember that.
we've already seen them with her friends and stuff. So why? I thought that was strange because she was just talking about, I don't want to be too much, like the normal stuff that we've already heard. This
Right.
whole making up to the wedding, but I don't remember her talking to any of his peeps. That I just thought that was so weird.
No, I can't remember anything either.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, you don't think I really remember them as that scene with him talking to the dad, and then the two of them at the table, and she's going and going and going and talking,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like, oh man, she's still going like the Energizer Bunny, like talking about how
Mm-hmm. But
talking
he
to
loved
people.
it. He loved it. And he had a part too where he was like
So
really talking like a lot. And she's like, oh no, I hope we both don't talk too much because that's not going to work.
mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't want to listen to nobody. He got to talk too.
She just used to talking.
Yeah.
That's really the only two things I remember because it really seems to be it's going well for those
Yeah.
two. Like you said, right now that's the from beginning to of the wedding to now, everything seems to be going really smooth. Not no
Yeah.
hiccups, nothing like to really talk about, honestly.
No, they were the only ones I remember going up to the room after the end of the
Oh yeah,
reception.
he carried her through. I remember
He
her saying
carried
that.
her over. They did the whole, okay, this is what I look like now. No makeup. This is my face. And he's just like, okay, cool. Um, and then they're in bed. And then it was all kissing and, you know, stuff like
Oh,
that.
they're
So,
very comfortable with each other.
yeah.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Yeah. So it looks all
Um,
good now. Previews
now.
say something different, which I'm kind of sad about. But I'll just keep my hope up. Keep hope alive. Yeah, I don't have anything else for Nicole and Chris.
Okay.
All right.
So then
So
the last couple.
are we on the last couple already? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Gina and
This
Clint.
is Ashante's favorite. Gina and Clint. Oh my.
Oh, these two. I the only thing I have that I recall is at the reception, they're first talking, and she's just what they show is all work. She's talking only and everything about work, and he looks like,
He over
oh
it.
no,
He don't want to
go
hear
for it.
about it no more. But then
Yeah,
everything he says is about sailing. His side
feel
jokes
it.
are about sailing. His gift to her is about sailing. So it's
Terrible.
the same actually. It's just different,
Hmm.
right? So is he
Hmm.
going to be able to be open to someone who has their own thing and it's not all about what you want? I don't know. We'll see. But I was surprised the way how this reception went. I was surprised that she said on the after party last week that there was no chemistry there because it doesn't look
You
like that.
don't doesn't look like that, right?
I'm wondering if she
So,
is rewriting history because it looks like it went down the toilet just based on the previews. That she at the time she was like, "Oh, I was never really into him." But she was more open than she remembers.
I'm thinking maybe she really was talking about the beginning when the out like the wedding part alone when she just met him, and maybe there really wasn't like,
But then
but there's
that
nothing to
kiss
go off
was
of.
like, but the kiss was so grand. It's not even like it was like, oh, kiss, and then it was just like a kiss and a back bend, and like, are you gonna do all that to someone when you find absolutely no chemistry towards? Like, I don't know, just doesn't
I would say
match.
no, but I don't know if he was just really into it and her she maybe she was like get away and that's how she ended up being dead over. I don't know. But definitely by the reception, it does not look like
No,
there was no chemistry. It totally looks like they
there
not
was,
not necessarily into each other,
yeah,
but like
but
there was rapport
open,
there. They could talk and
yeah.
yeah. So maybe she's misremembering how things started.
I think so
But
because it looks like it goes really bad. Um, and it looks like it goes really bad for everybody. It's like this
I'm
is
about to
another Mitch.
say
This is another Mitch. It's like people probably are like really turned off by him. It's not just the couple; it's a group thing too. It looks like a little bit. We'll see. I'm trying to think
mm-hmm.
anything else. I was trying to understand. I don't know who this lady was, but why she was standing so close to him when they had like he was talking to her family or her bridesmaids or whatever. The one that was crying during the speech, this terrible speech that she was crying over, because I was like, why is she crying? Um, because she didn't say nothing that was super emotional. I was just so confused. And then she was talking to him, and she was talking to him like this close. I was like, girl, back. I was like, back up, and I'm watching TV, and I'll be like, back up. Why are you so close to me? What's going on? I was like, who is this lady? And what does she have on? And why is she so close to me?
What was she? Who was she? Did it just say
She
a
surprised me.
friend?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't be catching
Oh,
the
but
little quick
that
words.
speech, I mean, I missed it too. But her speech was not original because I feel like I've heard that before.
Of course. And why were you crying?
And she was, and if you, what she said, I can't remember all of it.
And nobody else was crying.
She probably had one too many. Maybe that made her go emotional.
Okay.
That's what I initially thought. I thought, oh man, this lady seemed like she a little tipsy. And then she started crying. I was like, oh, I guess that was emotional. Like, yeah, I don't know who she was. But yeah, from the previews for the rest of the season, boy, yeah. It's gonna be an interesting ride.
Terrible. And so, well, okay. Are we done with them? Because I really don't have nothing else for them people.
I don't have nothing else either.
So I was gonna tell you, we should guess where they're gonna go on their honeymoon, because I always was gonna guess Jamaica. And then in the preview, they actually have a Jamaican flag. And I was gonna call him Mitch. Clint had a Jamaican shirt on. Yes. I was like, I would have been right. So it looks like they're going to Jamaica. And
why you would have guessed Jamaica? What made you?
I just would have guessed Jamaica. I would have guessed it. Yep.
Because they said one couple said Bahamas, and they're like, "Oh, I think you're right."
I was like, it's not gonna be the Bahamas. But I guess it's better than Key West or Vegas when they were in the pandemic, because those trips right there. So they're going to Jamaica. It looks like all hell breaks loose on this honeymoon, because usually they have like bad things start happening like after the honeymoon. Like all the honeymoon's always so, yeah, I love you, blah 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 blah, and then go boom. But the scenes of the boom part were in the island retreat area, and I was like, golly, they can't even get out the honeymoon without fights and arguments and issues.
But the last couple seasons, it's like for at least one couple that weekend during the honeymoon, something always
it's something bad. I was like, this is like the good part. Like, you just chilling, free vacation. No.
Get to know each other.
We're not waiting. Okay. Let the fireworks begin. Okay. Because it looked like Clint got issues with the women, how he talks to women or what he says, craziness. And she looked, Gina looked like she over it. And then on after party, they get a sneak peek of Shaq telling Kirsten, we ain't going on this honeymoon. You come in to go watch me present my research.
I would have been like, sorry, come again? Why can't I go and you meet me there?
Yeah, you meet me there.
They've done that in the past, right? No, we gonna go later. You can come with me. No. What? I don't have no say in this. Man, y'all just gonna decide this?
Yes. You's married now. I declare. Remember, you gotta rub your man's feet. You gotta rub your man's feet and make sure you.
That's what a wife does, right? According to you. Mm-hmm.
Be
there to support him. Be there and support.
You don't do that. You gotta be exactly where he is. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna go present his research in Mississippi. I don't know what his research is. Hello. So hopefully it's just one day. They didn't really say if it was 1 day, 2 day, or 3 days, because Lord, I'll be upset. But oh my gosh. So we gonna find out.
I remember like producers come in. We need to talk. So why can't I go and he comes join?
I need to
Neither.
understand what's going on. I need to prepare everything for him so he's there, and he needs to focus on that, not me. So I think
Not,
I
I
need
don't
to
want to be
just
a
leave him.
distraction.
Right.
Yes,
I don't
I
want
don't need to be a distraction. Let him do
Lord.
what he needs to do.
Mm-mm.
That's it.
Miss. So I'm looking forward to it
Uh,
because the last two episodes were just like womp womp. Usually there's something at the weddings that was like interesting, but they weren't that interesting this time.
no,
It was just
nothing,
regular.
nothing popped off.
No, so but the honeymoon looks like it's a little spicy, so that might be about 2 episodes probably. So we'll see how that goes
Hmm.
moving forward. Anything else,
Yeah.
friend?
Nothing regarding this season. But before we do get off, I want to say congratulations to Brianna and Vincent. They had their baby girl this past
So
or
cute.
earlier this month. This month she is. So congratulations to you too. And that's it. We'll see if any of these couples make it that far. Don't look like it right now, but
Hey,
Lori's
I have
favorite,
my
maybe.
hope.
Lori's favorite.
Okay, Nicole and Chris are gonna make it. Let us pray.
We shall
Prayer.
see.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. Well, that is this week's episode of the Coley Crowns, recapping Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 3. Join us next week as we recap on episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so and get notifications for our next live on next Sunday at 4:30. And also follow us on Instagram, the Holy Crowns, and leave your comments, notes, join us, discuss with us everything Married at First Sight. And before we leave, we'd like to remind you to do what, Lori?
Protect your throne.
There we
Bye.
go. Bye.